Hello, guys, and welcome to this week's Power Hour. I see some new faces, some old faces as well. Thank you all for joining. Matt, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Yeah, good.
I can.
Awesome. Perfect. So yeah, we have some topics for today, some questions to answer as well. I see that all of our guests today haven't been launched, so that's, it's a first for us. I know that you guys are on the onboarding process with me, and so far so good. I have a launch today with Tim, so I guess you guys have some questions, and I hope we can answer them. So yeah, can you take the mic, Matt?
Yeah.
Frank?
So definitely want to welcome you guys all to the call. This is a weekly call that we have to support all of our clients because, if you guys are successful, we're successful, right? As Benjamin said, things are a little different with the holidays and everything. So last week we did not have one, and this week we will be taking a break between Christmas and New Year's, so we won't be having one then, but we will be having one this Wednesday, next, and the following. That said, this is kind of a open forum. We do like to cover any of the questions that get submitted there. We also do some additional trainings on these sessions on how to best work the CRM, get the most out of it, as well as working your leads to get the best conversions. So some of these trainings, all of these recordings do end up in the training portal. So you can go back and look at some of the prior recordings, and as well as the other training that we have in there. So that said, for this meeting today, we are a little bit informal and a little unprepared, I guess, if you will, as far as like a real subject matter. But we did have some questions that came in, and of course, if you guys have any questions live on the call here, we're happy to answer them and kind of dive in. So with that said, I guess, Benjamin, were there any questions that were submitted that we can talk about directly, or? Yes,
100%. Yeah. We have from Scott Franklin. I guess something happened. He joined, but he left. I think he got a call or something. He said no questions for now, but for future topics, he would like to talk about the challenges for first-time home buyers and rising the interest rates. So,
Well, I mean, he's not here, but I can address that.
Yeah, correct. I'll send him the recording, of course.
Yeah. So, I mean, challenges for first-time home buyers is typically, down payments, or credit. That's typically the challenge for first-time home buyers because they don't know how the process works. So for down payment, what you do is you try to figure out, if they have a 401k that they can borrow from, if they can get a gift from someone, if we can get closing credits from the seller, if we could raise his interest rate and get closing credits from the lender. So there's multiple ways. Those are typically the issues that we have with first-time home buyers. Credit score. I mean, we look at their credit score. If they don't qualify, then we send them to a credit specialist, someone that can help them get their credit to where it needs to be to finance. And I wouldn't call it a challenge. I think just first-time home buyers need more of an education or a hand-holding to get through the process to make it to the finish line. Just because they don't understand the process, and it can be very daunting, stressful. It gives them extra high levels of anxiety and apprehension. So as long as you communicate well with your first-time buyers, it can be a smooth process. I mean, that's something that I actually do the most of is first-time home buyers. I think 80% of my business thus far has been first-time home buyers because, I mean, they understand the process, and you don't get too much pushback on rising interest rates because they've never been through the process before. And anything that starts with a 3 or a 2 sounds great to them because, I mean, those are amazing interest rates. first-time home buyers don't have the luxury of knowing that interest rates 8 to 10 months ago were sub 3%. So if you just inform them what the current rate is and that rates change every day, then that should be something that we could easily overcome.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Frank.
Mhm.
How many of Leanne and Timothy, are you guys, do you have a credit repair specialist that you kind of work closely with and are referring business, getting it back and forth?
I do, but I've yet to run across somebody with bad credit.
Okay.
Nice.
That's great.
Yeah.
Scott, we just answered your question. Where you been?
Hey, Scott, welcome back.
Sorry, our internet in our office went down.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
It's okay.
That's all right.
So
yeah, we were.
What was the answer to my question?
I'll go over it again. It was pretty much just saying, different. You said, the challenges of first-time home buyers, and I said the challenge for first-time home buyers is typically down payment, or either credit and down payment. We just try to figure out a way where else they can get money from 401k, gifts, credits from sellers, credits from lenders for increasing the interest rate. And, I was just talking a lot about just holding their hand and communicating with them through the entire process, because I find that first-time home buyers are a lot more of a blessing to deal with than someone that's bought a home before that feels like they know it all, to be honest, because somebody that's bought a home before is typically, I wouldn't say always, but they're more inclined to shop you, whereas a first-time home buyer, they probably won't be shopping you. So you can make all your basis points and not have that big of an issue because they don't even know to shop. They just want to get a home.
So I was talking more about the challenge as far as getting beat out on contracts, because I've had several first-time home buyers who've had a hard time getting under contract because people are coming in with cash offers or appraisal gaps, and just with the lack of supply of homes, that's been my most difficult challenge.
So with that regard to winning contracts, I think everybody has that issue. And if somebody's going to outbid you by 10, 20 grand, you can't control that at that point. That's sort of hard to control. But the way I try to control someone beating me out by, $2, $3, $4, $5, maybe even $6,000 higher a price is, if you're in a competitive market like I am, I'm in the Chicagoland area, I pick up the phone as soon as my buying broker places the offer. I say, hey, either CC me on the email that you sent to the selling agent, or send me their contact information so I can call them. And the reason I do that is because most lenders aren't readily available to the selling agent. So I call the selling agent and I just say, hey, my client, Scott Franklin, he's a good guy. All of his assets have been verified. All of his bank statements and everything has been verified. This is a true pre-approval. This isn't something that's a fly-by-night. I want to let you know that I'm always available. My phone is on 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Sunday. Call me, if you want to know a status update. I communicate well throughout the process. And like most lenders aren't readily available, I am readily available. So I can give you some peace of mind throughout the whole transaction and let you know that this transaction will close smoothly. And I've won a few contracts like that and they'll be like, man, it's a blessing just to have somebody call me, because I don't usually hear from the lender. They say they'll call the lender and they don't call them back. And so, that can go, a long way. And maybe not if you're getting beat out by 10 grand, because 10 grand is 10 grand. And if somebody's saying they're going to pay the difference in the appraisal, you can't, those are situations that you just can't overcome unless your client is going to, pay that difference or pay that, or spend that extra money to win that contract. But as far as that, I've won contracts where I've been down 5 or 6 grand, and they chose us because I'm available.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely sales and service plays a big role in all of this, and it's been beaten into me regarding sales that people buy on emotion, and then they justify it with logic. So, that's where it really is key to establish that relationship and to show that, your unique selling proposition really is going to be you, outside of the numbers and the percentages and that kind of thing. It is like what Frank said, it's what you bring to the table, and helping them through the process. And it's certainly, like Frank said, if it's a, you know, $10,000 difference, that's kind of extreme and hard to play against. But if you're dealing with, well, they're comparing you to an online, you know, retailer, or something like that, you really can play up like, hey, I'm local to you. I am here for you. I am going to answer those calls after 5 o'clock, you know, and that kind of thing. And that really does go a long way for, especially for the first time buyers that aren't used to the process and have a lot of questions and have a lot of concerns and that kind of thing. So it can go a real long way to help you win those contracts.
And let me add one more thing, Mac, that I just thought about. It happened to me twice, literally twice, on 2 transactions that I'm about to close this month. So getting outbid. So let's say you have a client that you got pre-approved for. I'll use the example that I have. One of them. I got a client pre-approved for $393,000. So when he put his down payment down, he was just below FHA guidelines, right? So we went to a property and the property was listed for $339,000. So me talking to the realtor, you know, I'm telling him like, hey, you know, we got room, because they knew it was going to be a bidding war. So me talking to the realtor, I'm like, yes, I can get him approved as long as the property appraises out. So the property, like I said, asking was $339. We offer it $368,800, right? Great, no big deal. We won because we outbid everybody, but we put no contingency in there that said if the appraisal comes in short, that we'll pay the difference. So guess what the appraisal came in at? The appraisal came in at $320. So guess what? The seller was contingent under another contract. So rather than fight, I submitted and tried to do a redetermination for the appraised value, but it didn't work. The appraiser stuck to his guns and said $320. So now my client is buying this property for $320,000 that we bid $368,800 on. So sometimes maybe you put a higher bid on, hoping that the appraiser comes in short. And I had another one that was 100. We won a bid for $155,000. The appraisal came in at $139,000, and so they reduced it too. And we had closing credits included in both of those deals. The one for $155,000, we had closing credits of $4,500. The seller reduced it to $3,000. The one for $368,000, we had $10,000. The seller reduced it to $8,000. So it was a win-win for both of my clients because we won the bid because they were approved for more. So we bid more, but then the appraisal didn't come back. So we just restructured the deal. And now my client is super fucking happy. Both my clients. So that's how you win. That's a way that you can win bid. You know, even if it may not appraise out, just make sure that they don't put a contingency in the contract to say that the client will pay the difference. And then just bid the shit out of it and bid it way up. Got to play the game, man. That's the game that we're playing right now. So you got to play it or you don't win.
What area are you in, Scott?
I'm in the Denver, Colorado area.
Oh, okay. Oh, awesome.
I see Leanne in the bottom corner there. I used to work with, she used to be with our company. So I know that we've got another Colorado person on here. Where are you all from? I know Frank's from Chicago.
Yeah, I'm in the Twin Cities right now, but I'm actually from Colorado. I lived in Evergreen for a while, and I'm going to be heading back there for the Christmas time to go see family. They're all near Wash Park now.
Okay, yeah, I'm not far from there.
Yeah,
I'm in Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay, awesome.
I'm in
Yeah,
Arizona.
Arizona, all right.
Yeah.
Got some warm weather, folks.
Yes. Very
It was
warm.
cold here today. It was
Although
65.
70, right? 70 in Denver today, Scott?
71's the high, and we've had no snow yet this year, which is
Wow.
Wow.
Weird.
So maybe you're going to get a hell of a snow.
Damn,
Yeah, right?
man, you bogus. Look at Ben wishing you bad time, man. You gotta get a hell of snow.
The big dump is coming.
Yeah, right.
It'll
Yeah.
happen.
Where in Arizona, Brianna?
So I live in Queen Creek, so suburbs.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty kind of far from Phoenix now, but I was actually born and raised in Arizona, so I'm from the Mesa, the city of Mesa.
Awesome.
Nice.
Alrighty, guys. So I would like to move on to the next question that some of you diligently submitted. So from Tim. So Tim, this is his first time in the Power Hour. He really didn't have any questions, but he would like to know how the social media with the ad, how does it work in order to get leads, fresh leads for your business. So
Yep.
Yeah, I know Matt is the guru in that area, so I wouldn't want to start rambling about something I don't know that much. So
Okay.
please, Matt, go ahead and.
Yeah, and I guess I didn't really formally introduce myself. So I am one of the partners of Sweps. I'm on the tech side of things, so Chief Technology Officer, and so my team supports me as far as doing all the media buying and all the tech side of our operation here. So as far as what we are doing is the ads that we're placing on your behalf. We do a lot of testing, mostly of the creative, which is going to be like the kinds of houses that we show. It's really always an interesting experiment, really, to find out like what's going to resonate and what's going to play well for that market. So it's not only the price points of the houses, it's what they look like, that kind of thing. Facebook in itself is disruption marketing. So Google is intent. Someone's like putting in, I want this, I want a mortgage, I want a house, right? It's very intent based. Facebook is discovery. They're flipping through and they come across your ad and they're like, ooh, that's a nice house. I've been thinking about a house, and oh, what can I afford? Really is what we're enticing them with. Now, the comments that you will see, especially in these hot markets like Arizona and Denver, really anywhere, is because the prices are so high. You do have a lot of people that will say like, well, interest rates are great, but the prices are super high. And the thing about it is you're always best to try to respond to comments in a real professional manner. If it's a real vulgar, horrible comment, of course we delete it or ban them or that kind of thing. But I always look at it as an opportunity to well, Facebook rewards interaction, first of all. So it does help the algorithm. It does help the cost per leads and everything that we're doing. And if you are, able to present yourself professionally and respond professionally, it's a huge opportunity to get into a dialogue and potentially convert someone over. Like, hey, well, that's great. Well, let's really run the numbers, because we know that the interest rates, even or if the prices are higher but the interest rates are lower, their payments could still end up being less than if they wait, and they don't get that. So that is part of the opportunity with the first-time buyers is to help educate them. And a lot of them have a lot of bad information. So it puts you as the expert. It gives you that kind of opportunity. So as far as going back to the ads themselves, that's really what's going to be happening. We do, the one thing that does happen is every time we refresh the ad, all those comments get lost. So it's not a matter of spending a lot of time on it. In fact, really the goal is to get them on the phone, So it's like, actually, if the answer would be like, actually, no, you could still end up saving buying a more expensive property at a lower interest rate. How about you give me a call and let's hop on the phone real quick and run some numbers and see how things can work for you. It's always get them onto the phone. That's all we're trying to do, is get the appointments, get them on the phone with all of our interactions, with everything that we're doing. Even if it's to get them in touch with a credit repair person. Again, it's like, this is all networking. I've talked about it in other meetings, that it's always ask for referral at the end. Like, that person you may not be able to help, or they may need credit repair and it may be months down the road that they come back to you. But they may know someone else who's like ready to go and actually has good credit and actually has a down payment. It's just, you just always just keep asking. It's a numbers game. Sales is just a numbers game with that. Yeah, I've kind of gotten off track a little bit, but as far as the ads go, you know, responding to the comments, the copy and the creative and everything that we have is kind of battle tested. You know, we're running these all over the nation, all different markets. So really the copy, you know, a lot of that doesn't really change a lot. It, like I said, it comes down to the houses and the photos. People like to see, you know, what they're looking for. Does that help?
Yes, cool. Sir. Awesome. And one thing that actually really improves your impact online is how you post and the things that you put like there in your accounts, in your pages. And I know that Leanne heard last week about it, but I see again new faces. We have a brand new feature in our CRM, which is the content library, where we have for now 20 really nice copy. And what's the name again, Matt?
Well, so we have articles that have been professionally written,
yes,
and that you guys can use in any way. So we own them, and we're giving them to you guys. So they can be repurposed, they can be mixed and matched. You can do whatever you want with them, change them, post them anywhere you want. They're 100% yours to use. And it's just, you know, some good ideas of content to put on your Facebook page or your blog or whatever mediums you want. There's always a balancing act with it, and that's why we're trying to make it as easy for you guys as possible with that, because I know there is this kind of thing of like, you know, what do I post? What do I post? What do I post? And with that in mind, one of the things that I do like to advocate for is kind of thinking broader and outside the box. You know, people want to deal with people. They want to deal with people that they like. And so, you know, some of the things that you can post besides things that are very mortgage industry related are the things that are like good things in your life, books that you read. You know, I'm not like taking pictures of your food kind of thing, but things that you think are helpful to other people. You know, if you read a book on time management that's been really helpful, it could be helpful to other people. And really just taking 2 seconds to be like, hey, I'm reading this really amazing book and I've gotten a few good nuggets out of it. You should check it out. Like these things are it's just positive stuff that attract more positive people. And it's also, you know, helping the algorithm, helping you to get more eyeballs on your Facebook business page, on yourself, that kind of thing.
Or Instagram, really, whatever social media platform you guys use, just record a live video talking about some interest themes, some topics that might interest your clients. Share with your friends or your family. Like you can repurpose, well, my computer is super slow now, I'm sorry. But you can repurpose these documents, these articles really to your liking. You can add your logo, maybe you can add your name there. Like, hey, I'm saying this, you know?
No, they're in several different formats, from like text to Word document formats and PDFs. So you can actually, again, these are things that we can help you depending on where you're at. We are certainly would love to help you import any of your existing database into the SWEPS CRM. And we can actually blast text and email and voicemail drops to anyone in your database. So, so same with like these articles, we have all these nurturing sequences and things that you are getting that are built in, but we can also supplement with blasts. And one case outside of, you know, these articles is what we do with database reactivation for refis. So if you have a database of people, it's real easy to have you record a voicemail of like, hey, it's Scott. Rates are amazing right now still, but they are going up. I'd love to help you take advantage of, where they are right now and see if we can save you some money. Having that as a voicemail, we can blast out to a whole existing database. And same with the text message, really saying the same thing. So there's a lot of ways to kind of drum up business and hit some of that low hanging fruit, people that you maybe haven't been in contact with. We can put them either on some of these nurture sequence, we can use the refi sequence, and or we can also take some of these articles if you want and help you blast it out. Remind people that, hey, I'm here,
Yeah. Awesome. So let's move to the next question. So Brianna said, questions, not yet. I'm sure I will, newbie and haven't launched yet. She would like to talk in the future topics about referrals and personal branding that we can do.
Cool. And I also want to, because we have a lot of new faces on here, that the CRM system that we use can be heavily customized however you want. So if there are things that are bugging you or that you want to work differently, we can always talk about that. You should always bring that up to Benjamin, and we can talk about how we can accommodate that. Some things are very simple, like adding additional steps, stages to your pipeline or renaming them. We can help you do that. And then as far as notifications, in fact, we have someone that just is not on the call, but joined us and requested that he get no text notification, that he only receives email notifications when new leads come in and that kind of thing. So we can turn all those things on and off independently of the notifications you get. So if you find that, like, oh, my phone is just always blowing up with all these notifications, it's annoying, you don't have to live with it, right? Like, don't suffer in silence. Like, just let us know and we can turn it off, or we can turn something on, or we can do whatever, to try and make it work. You guys need it to work. We're always trying to work and improve our system. As Frank knows, I mean, it's improved just in the time that he's been with us. We're always working on it, always looking to make it the best it can be. And so we really do appreciate that input. To me, every criticism is constructive. It's like, okay, great. How are we going to solve that? How are we going to make it better for you? So definitely let us know if there's anything like that as you're working in the system. And if you have any questions, always reach out.
Yeah, and I would
Communication
say,
is key.
Yeah, and I would say, don't have false expectations either. Like, don't think that Sweps is going to be the end all be all and your entire business is going to revolve around Sweps. Like, Sweps is going to take a lot of hard work. It's going to take a lot of multiple phone calls, a lot of digging deep. And then, there's going to be some frustrating times and points. I just don't want you guys to have unrealistic expectations thinking that, I'm going to sell 20 deals a month off Sweps. No, you're not. I mean, if you sell two to four, you're doing an amazing job, because then you're going to take those 2 to 4 leads and generate referral partnerships that's going to generate 5 to 10 leads or referrals. So you just keep grinding through them, and the ones that just don't have a lot of merit to them, don't waste too much time on them. And if you can realize that this is a lead generation and it's not a cherry picking a race that every lead's going to come in and be 700 with 20 grand down, purchasing a $400,000 home, then you'll understand that these are leads, and there's going to be a lot of people that come in that don't know anything and they don't qualify. And like I said, you refer those to your credit referral partners, and then there's going to be people that come in that are in good positions, and they may potentially shop you, and you got to be ready to switch to buyer paid instead of lender paid, and give them a discount on the rate. So it is a strategic thing. It's just remember that it's a lot of dirt you're digging through just to get to that 1 grain of gold. And when you get to that grain of gold, it'll pay off exponentially, because like I said, that referral that you give to your realtor is priceless. It's absolutely priceless. You'll get to a point where your business runs on automatic, and you keep Sweps in the background just because you want to, when it's time to increase your business, and your realtor partners are going to call you 2, 3, 4 times a week, and they'll be, hey, can you check this person out for me? I got a person that wants to buy a home. And then next thing you know, you're closing 6 to 8 deals a month. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm closing 6 to 8 deals a month without applying any pressure to anyone, because I supply these people with one referral, and I did a good job, and I communicated well, and I answered the phone when they called, and I told them when we had clears to close, and I told them when we had issues that we had to overcome, and it wasn't a secret, and I didn't play hide the cookie. And if you just treat your realtor partners better than you treat, anyone else, then they'll reciprocate, and they'll send you more business than you can even thinking about sending to them. So just know that you're gonna have to dig through some crap to get to the promised land, and just be prepared for that. And some people are gonna have 550 credit scores. You're gonna be like, oh, this sucks. Some people aren't gonna have any money down, and then you just drill in and figure out that's the hardest thing. I think a lot of people don't realize how much money they need to close, and you just drill down and just give them different scenarios on how they can come up with money. I just had another client, didn't have enough money because they took the seller credit off the table. Guess what? No big deal. I'll get you credits from the lender. So I took the interest rate up from 2.8 to 3.5%, and now we got a deal. So you just have to be creative and remember, like, hey, when they tell you they don't have any money, there's money somewhere. Grandma, grandpa, mother, father, sister, brother, aunt, uncle. There's money somewhere. Best friend, that can be their cousin for the transaction or whatever. There's money somewhere, and all you have to do is ask the right questions, and they can find it. Like, I just had a client I talked to from Sweps early this morning. She's telling me she's a 579, but she's only been self-employed for a year, and we talked about it, and she may be able to come up with a cosigner. So it's just there's going to be a lot of scenarios that you get with these leads that you're going to have to think outside the box. So just put your thinking cap on and just don't give up, because there's always a way to make a deal if the client wants the deal to be made.
Yeah. Yeah. Frank's at the end of the day, like, we realize, like, we're not the magic all three business. Right? This is supplemental. This is supplemental to all the networking and everything else we do. It's not like, oh,
are you breaking up? I think it's me. Are you breaking up?
He's breaking up.
Yeah, you're breaking up. Yeah.
Like,
You sound like a robot. Yeah. In the meantime, Frank, you still
better?
Nope, not yet.
No.
Yeah, kind of.
You just got better.
Yeah, you got better. I'm sorry, man.
No. I mean, yeah, no. It's good to know if no one can hear me.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where I was breaking up on, but really, what I was saying is that what we're doing is just one piece of the puzzle for your business, right? Like, this is not what we're doing is not going to replace everything else you're doing. It's supplementing it. It's hopefully, injecting some new opportunities that's going to allow you to refer out to other people, and it's just going to build. And it is exponential. It's like Frank said, at first, we're really only looking for that 1 or 2 deals, and then things are going to build on each other as we continue to expand your digital footprint, as you continue to ask for more referrals and give more referrals. All of this is going to build your business long term. So that's what we're looking to facilitate. And same with all those nurture campaigns, that the sequences that are going out. It's 6 months, and because we know, like, that's how long it can be for some of these people to get them interested. So cool.
What were you gonna say, Benjamin?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how have you been feeling with the ISA since you implemented it? And
amazing.
Some feedback about it.
Amazing. The call I was just talking about today was an ISA transfer. It was a lead that was generated. The ISAs, which is the people that Sweps has calling our clients for us. They called me, transferred the lead to me, and I just got to digging deep with the lady and trying to figure out a path if she can get a cosigner. So, I mean, in the beginning, it seems cool. It seemed to me, at least, cool to to be hands-on and talking to everybody, but that it just got overwhelming after Like we're going to get exponentially more leads. So, you start out with 50, 100 leads, and then you get another 50, 100 leads, and then you get another 50, 100 leads, and you're still trying to deal with those first 50, 100 leads while you got the next 150, 300 leads coming in, and you just can't keep up with them. So if you don't have ISA right now, you're going to need them by the time you get to month 3. You cannot keep up with the amount of volume that you're going to get, whether you get 50 leads or 100 leads a month, somewhere in that neighborhood. You're not going to be able to keep up with the amount of leads.
Sorry, what is ISA?
Internal sales agent.
They're people that make phone calls for you, and they check everything in your CRM, and when they get somebody on the phone, they'll transfer them to you. They'll set appointments for you. They're like a virtual assistant.
Correct. They organize all of the pipelines. They make sure that these people, if they come in the CRM, if they submit the survey, they're going to follow up with them and get them to schedule an appointment with the LO.
And so, I know, Benjamin, I have my launch call with you today.
Yes.
But I believe I have that already, right?
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay. I'll have to double check, but I believe you do. Yes, sir. And right. This team is relentless. Most of them are ladies. These ladies are relentless. Like, they're going to keep calling until they answer that phone. And we're only expecting 2 answers from them, yes and yes. Like, that's it. And because we have it in the bottom of the survey, they can revoke the consent of us contacting them. But to get to that point, you need to pick up the phone. Like, you submitted this information. Hopefully it will be truthful. It's going to be like correct information. But either way, the ISA is going to call them, even if they have a low credit score. Like, it doesn't matter.
Here, you're gonna get phone calls to your phone where people are it's gonna be like a weird number or something, and you're gonna answer the phone and say, "Hello, this is Scott," and they're gonna be like, "Hi, I've been getting a lot of phone calls from this number, and I'm trying to figure out." And then you have to remember, like, oh yeah, and then just get into your mortgage mode. Like, I get a lot of phone calls, return phone calls, where people say, "I got 4, 5, or 6 missed calls from this number. Who is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, hey, yeah, this is Frank. I'm from Nexa Mortgage, and you filled out my questionnaire on my Facebook ad, and I just want to go over your free mortgage consultation with you and just get right into your pitch." But you're gonna get a lot. You get a lot of that.
Do I have that also, Benjamin? Do I have that too?
Boy, you put me on the spot. I need to check.
That's okay. We're meeting tomorrow, right?
Okay. Yes, we're going to meet tomorrow. Yes. Either way, I'll let you know. Okay. Yeah, and if you don't got it, I'll make sure to make a special prize for it. Okay. So yeah.
Friday, I think we're meeting on Friday.
Friday, yes. So yeah, today I have a couple of launch calls. Congratulations, guys. So yeah, we also have a lot of trainings. Make sure to check those trainings for either this mindset that I was talking to you about in the welcome call. Really a fundamental part of succeeding with internet lead generation is having a mindset ready to overcome all of these hurdles that people throw at you. You need to be relentless, really, not to give up so easily when people say, like, "Stop effing calling me." Okay, bye. If those people start coming at you saying, like, "Stop effing calling me," at first, you weren't going to close them. That's it. Simple as that. Those people that are difficult from the get-go, they're going to be difficult the entire time. And the probability is that you weren't going to close them in the first place. So don't waste time with those. Get into that right mindset, that space that is going to make you the winner. So, it's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to get sometimes, I'm being charged by Facebook, I'm being charged by Swipes, all of this money, and I'm not seeing results. Yeah, that's marketing. Marketing is not some sort of formula that you're going to replicate anywhere and it's going to always work. No, marketing takes time, takes effort. And we're putting that effort for you guys. So you guys need to be patient. You need to educate yourself. So that's why we have those trainings in place. So I highly recommend you guys checking those out. They are on your CRM. So this is the sample account. And in the left sidebar, if you scroll all the way down, you'll see the lead follow-up and conversion training, where we have all of the recordings for the past power hours and more. And we have the closed CRM system training, where we talk about little details and how to get the most out of your CRM. So yeah, I highly suggest you guys checking those out. So yeah, I think we don't have any more questions. Although Matt, I see that you want to talk, so go ahead.
Oh, well, let me just add in. First of all, Leanne, I just checked. You do have ISA.
Oh, there you go.
So there you go. So our call center will be making calls on your behalf. Yeah, for all of you guys, like, you know, I say it over and over again. The whole point is to get into the conversation with these people. The longer you spend, you know, playing footsie online, messaging or texting or trying to set up appointments, like if someone is like texting you back and forth and you're trying to set up an appointment, stop texting. They have their phone in their hand. Like, give them a call, like, and set up the appointment right then and there live, you know, or get into a conversation 5 minutes, you know, and then figure out, like, okay, is this worthy of a longer conversation? Really, what we're trying to do here with sweats and the nurturing, like all the stuff, is to cull through them as quickly as possible so you're not wasting your time. So we want people to disqualify themselves. We want people to say no. We want people to say whatever. You will start to figure out the smoke screens of like, oh, they just aren't certain. They need someone to guide them. They need some more information, from the real objections, or of like, you don't even have the right number. You know, we'll get false numbers. We'll get false emails. That's just part of the internet game. So really everything is like, how do we sift through them as quickly and painlessly as possible so that you can stay focused on the gold, finding the gold, like Frank said. And that's with the training and stuff in there. Skip around. You don't have to go in order or whatever, but there's training on how to work the CRM. There's training to set up filters for in your contact list so that you can go and set up the columns and see the information that you need to see. Like, do they have the employed? What's the credit score? You have those columns, and then you filter of eliminating all the people that.
You're breaking up real quick, Matt.
I'm breaking up. No, sorry. Well, I don't know if you guys are hearing. But using filters, to use the filters in the CRM is going to help you find the cream, find the gold in the dirt there. Cool. All right, guys. I don't know if I'm coming through it all.
A little bit.
Video.
A little bit. You're coming through. Does anybody have any more questions? How you doing, Tim? You good?
Doing good. I appreciate it. I'm having my launch here in like 15 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Unless he falls asleep again.
I have a question. Tim, where are you?
The lovely city of Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay. Scott, you're in Denver, Brianna, you're in Arizona. Matt and Benjamin, where are you guys?
I'm in Colombia, Bogota, Colombia. Yes, but I'm from Venezuela though. I've been living here for 13 years.
Frank, you're in Chicago.
Yep.
Matt,
Yeah.
where are you?
He's in the Twin Cities.
Twin Cities, Minnesota.
Minneapolis. I'm a Minneapolis girl myself.
Hey,
Okay.
there you go.
I was raised in Mound. Okay, and I'm in Denver. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, and we're an international company. We have people all over, in Canada, in the United States. I'm in Colombia, and more people too. So
Okay,
yeah.
well, I'm excited. I'm very excited to get started.
Yeah, we
And
too.
it's nice that Scott and I know each other, because he's a really exceptional guy. So this is nice that now I know two people who are in this program.
Nice.
So,
Now, is Frank, Leanne, and Scott all with Nexa?
I am with
Scott,
Nexa.
you're not. Scott, are you still with PHL?
Yeah, I'm with Premier Home Loans. We're just a small broker, South Denver.
Yeah, but Leanne and I are both with Nexa, yes.
Okay.
Who are you with, Tim?
It's called FSB Mortgage out of Indiana.
I've heard of them.
They're a bank.
Okay, I've heard of FS. That's why I've heard of it.
FSB,
Bank.
yeah.
Yeah.
First Savings Bank of Indiana. But now they're in like 20 states.
Okay.
Matt, you're in Minneapolis. I love that. What a great state.
Yeah.
Is it though?
I need to go there, man. For like the entire United States for me is like great.
Only in the summer though, when the mosquitoes are as big as birds.
Awesome, guys. So I have a launch call with Tim in 10 minutes. I think we can call it a day for now. Well, yeah,
Can I ask this question? Are we allowed to get
Yes.
like Frank's, Leanne, or Scott's numbers, and so we can convert?
100%.
Yeah.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put my contact information in the chat. And may I do that?
Yes,
Benjamin?
please.
There you go. I just
Oh,
put
Yes,
his
I
phone
see.
go ahead.
I
We're a
just put my phone
community.
number. I
Frank's
just
on
put my
top
phone
of
number
it.
in there. Tim, call me anytime.
Yeah, we're a community, and Frank works closely as well with us. I mean, he's in a LO, but he's sort of like a power partner that we have, and he's been great. And if you have any kind of questions, you can always, talk to him. He's awesome with sales, so I know he's going to give you great tips with that.
My big thing, guys, is just to take this program, use it to facilitate partnerships, and those partnerships are going to take your business to the next level. And then I would tell you keep sweeps, because you're going to want to eventually level up, because when you get to 5 and 10 deals, depending on what your BIPS is and how you can handle business, you're eventually going to want to get to 10 and 15 and 15 to 20. So I would always tell you keep sweeps, because they'll always be able to help you level up.
Yeah,
And let's hope that
How much do they
interest
pay you for
rates
that?
don't go up.
Interest rates are going to go up, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Well, I was gonna say, let's hope they don't go up to like 20% like they were 40
Oh
years
yeah,
ago.
that would fucking suck. We'll all be out of business.
yeah, don't hesitate to jump on my Calendly. I would love to spend time with each and every one of you.
For sure.
So yeah.
Awesome, guys.
That is great.
All right.
Yeah,
Brianna,
it's
were
great,
you going
guys.
to say
All
something?
support each other and
Yeah,
rock
I've
this.
got a meeting
I
in
think-
8 minutes, so I'm gonna dip.
Yeah, me too. So thanks a lot, guys, again for
Later, guys.
showing up. I will see you in your correspondent launch calls and on the next Power Hour. Okay.
All right, cool beans.
Thanks a lot.
All right, guys.
I need to
Good
go
meeting
with
y'all.
you too, Benjamin. But we'll
Goodbye.
talk. All right, bye-bye.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.